Hi again guys, it's me, Youngmonster3, and this is going to be an update video, and it's going to be a little bit mixed. It's going to be like one like animated movie, and like one adventure movie, maybe three adventure. Now I'm just mumbling here. Let's begin right away. Instead, yeah, like I said, this is like an animated type movie. It's called The Magic Sword Quest for Camelot. We really wanted to see this because I always I just want to see movies which are not Disney material, just because I know Disney was not involved when making of this movie. So yeah, all those animated older movies which Disney was not involved with, I'm really interested in, because they can have like a little bit more violence or blood or stuff in it, which Disney movies don't have. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case for this one, but whatever. The Magic Sword Quest for Camelot. Then I picked up a movie with Tom Selleck, and the movie is High Road to China. I've heard this is supposed to be some sort of Indiana Jones rip-off or something, but can still be good, so yeah. And then a movie which I watched a couple of weeks ago, and it actually blew me away because this movie is awesome, and the cast is really good as well. It has Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken, James Gandolfini, Samuel L. Jackson, Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette in it. Just that cast is just all amazing. True romance, directed by Tony Scott. Oh my god, this movie has it all, and yeah, it's so amazing, and I'm so speechless. And the next movie is sort of a thriller, maybe not horror, but more like a thriller horror type thing, and the movie is Relentless. And the weird thing is, I had no idea this movie had a sequel, so I might have to check those ones out just to make sure if they're any good or not. Now this one was really entertaining, and it had Judd Nelson in it. This is probably one of Judd Nelson's best performances after Breakfast Club, so if you're a fan of Judd Nelson, or if you're a fan of like thriller type movies in general, check this one out. Really great movie. And then sort of a sword and sorcery type movie. Sword and sorcery, and the movie is called The Sword and the Sorcerer. Now, to be honest, this one is really great. It has really gloomy atmosphere and everything, but the problem is it feels a little bit dated. It feels like it's outdated by today's movies, and if you want to watch a movie like this, check out Conan the Barbarian instead. I think it's a much better movie than this. And another thing which bothered me with this movie was that it felt like every scene was taking place inside of a like a big cave, or maybe not a big cave, like a small cave. And the lighting is quite bad as well. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the release itself, but yeah, The Sword and the Sorcerer, it was still okay, so yeah. And then a western movie with Jason Patric, Robert Duvall, Gene Hackman and Wes Studi in it. Yeah, Wes Studi. And the movie is Geronimo. I think this movie has been out of print in Sweden for quite some time, so yeah, I decided to pick it up. I think it is western at least, so yeah. It says just drama on the back, but what the hell. Now the last movies for this update is going to be just basically horror movies. This movie I've been wanting to see for such a long time, and I was like looking for this everywhere, and everywhere I found it was overpriced as hell. And I found this Region 1 release, or Anchor Bay release of it. The movie is Road Games with Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacy Keach. Yeah. And then a movie which I actually have seen before, but I mean the movie is not great, but I'm just a sucker for those stupid 80s slash movies, so I just decided I just needed to have this movie, and I had to pay quite much for it, but I was just thinking I just need to have this goddamn movie in my collection. So yeah, the Cheerleader Camp, or Cheerleader Camp. You just look at that cover art. This is the old Anchor Bay release, and I think this goes for quite much money on other places, and yeah, whatever. And this is an Anchor Bay, like I mentioned, and it's stupid and it's fun and it's hilarious, so I need to rewatch this again. So yeah, Cheerleader Camp. And then a movie directed by George A. Romero, and this was the movie he did before he did Dawn of the Dead. Martin. I've heard this is a one-of-a-kind vampire movie, so yeah, I just decided to pick it up, and yeah, Martin. And then another movie by the director Roberta Findlay, and I think very many people say that she's a bad director. I have not seen any of her movies yet, but I still have Blood Sisters and The Oracle in my collection, and those two movies have quite bad reputation. But this is one which have quite a good reputation, and the plot seems to be really interesting because it's about some sort of game of survival in an apartment building, so that was the reason why I picked it up. Tenement, game of survival. Yeah. And then a sequel to a sort of a mediocre type slasher movie from the 80s. Psycho Cop Returns. Can be good, you never know. And then we'll end this video with a trauma movie. Luther the Geek. Really silly, stupid artwork or cover art for this movie, but yeah, seems to be really stupid and fun, and yeah, you know, trauma is trauma, so yeah. Luther the Geek. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored, and hope to see you again as soon as possible, so see you next time. Bye bye.